The 3 speeds of reciting the Quran. In this video, I'll be talking about the 3 different speeds that there are of reciting the Quran as taught by the Qurra. Now, this is in response to a question that was put in the comments, which I found actually quite amusing, and that's why it's stuck in my head for me to do a video on that, inshallah. Someone wrote in there is that you would consider to read one page in, I can't remember the minutes, maybe it was like 3 minutes or 2 minutes or something, to be reading in Hadar, and 5 minutes to be reading Tadweer. What's your opinion on that? Actually, the speeds of recitation have got nothing to do with minutes or seconds or hours. So the speeds of recitation are to do with something completely different, and I'll be talking about that in this video. So as an overview, the 3 speeds of reciting the Quran are: number 1, Tahqeeq; number 2, Tadweer; and number 3, Hadar. And if you look at these words, Tahqeeq means to actualize each and every single tajweed rule, giving its full dues and all of its characteristics, and ensuring that you recite the ghunnah, ensuring you recite the med exactly how they're supposed to be recited, and all of the other rules of tajweed. Now, there's no particular time for this. It's ensuring that the rules are being applied in their most perfect terms. And it does generally mean the slowest type of recitation. So if someone is going to be reading the Quran, then it's, for example, you would say, just to read, for example, A'udhu Billah, would be A'udhu Billahi Minash Shaytanir Rajim. Why? Because I was concentrating on the Hamza, I was concentrating on the Ain, the Waw, the Dhal, Billah, Ba, all of the letters basically. I was ensuring that I'm reading them according to all of the rules of Tajweed. And to be perfectly honest, that was a little bit faster, but because for the purposes of the video, I read that a little bit faster while concentrating on every single letter. But you could actually read slower than that and it still be Tahqeeq. I would say that that is the fastest level of Tahqeeq, the way that I just read the Ta'awudh, because in a fast way, I was ensuring that I'm reading each and every single letter the way that it's supposed to be read, and there were actually no rules of tajweed like ghunan and mawdud in there. So therefore, I was able to read it a little bit faster. However, for example, if I'm going to read the first ayah of Surah Al-Kawthar, which has a ghunna and med, even in the first word, then we would be like this. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر. So we can see that the ghunna and the med made me slow down in that recitation. So got nothing to do with minutes, seconds and time. It's all to do with the application of the sifat, of the huruf, of the makharij of the huruf, of the sifat of the tajweed rules. So that's the emphasis of tahqiq. The second is tadweer. And tadweer actually comes from like the dawra, which is to go over something. But in tajweed, it means speed between tahqiq and hadar. Hadar, which is the fastest one. And generally speaking, when the imams are reciting in the salat of fajr, of maghrib and isha, these salat you would normally read in tadweer, because when you're reading your salah, you want to ensure that you're reading correctly and focusing on all of the tajweed, but you don't want to take a lot of time, because of course there's people behind you, and you need to ensure that you're getting through the rakats and not spending a long time in the salah. Of course, you're praying all the time, so there needs to be the time appreciation from the imams. So you would read according to all of the rules of makharij and sifat and tajweed and everything, but to ensure that you're reading a little bit faster. So maybe like if we're going back to the example of Surah Al-Kawthar, you'd be like Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. Yeah, so still concentrating on the tajweed, still concentrating on everything, but getting through a little bit faster. And that comes to the third speed, which is hadar. And hadar, of course, is a technical term of tajweed, which just means to read fast. And the definition of reading fast with hadar is to ensure that you do not negate, or you are not careless with any of the rules of tajweed and makharij, but you read as fast as possible. Now, one thing is that with Hadar, for example, there's only if you've got the experience and you've been taught this. For example, you could drop al-mad al-munfasil. So in Surah Al-Kawthar, when you're reading that, we could be like, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim, Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar. Didn't stretch the mad. That is al-munfasil, but of course you need to know how to do that. And as long as you've been teaching or learning from your teachers in a good way, then you know what you can drop and what can be read faster. We still done the ghunna. We still ensure that we're reading all of the words, so all of the letters in its correct form, but we're reading as fast as possible. And in Taraweeh, that's how you will read that. Now, we don't want to chew up any of the words. Unfortunately, you know, the imams of a lot of the imams from the subcontinent, and also from, like, I've seen some places from like Indonesia and stuff, they're reading so fast you don't even know what they're saying. No, the person who's hearing you should be able to understand. The Quran is a message. The recitation is a message. It's a form of saying the message, of reciting the message. So everyone hearing should be able to understand the message too, and to ensure that you're reciting along with the tajweed. So again, it's nothing to do with reading a page in 2 minutes or whatever, but it's ensuring that you are reading as fast as possible without dropping any of the rules of tajweed. And I hope that makes sense. Inshallah, I will see you in the next video.